And Noxie doesn't want any of that, while the other three are currently in the water. And Dovin has probably just told Volan about the injuries that Lobu has suffered.
And that we found a tunnel that we're going through.
So I guess we should. I'm gonna. Could I?
Well, actually, this was
try
meant
and
to
listen
be.
to.
This was meant to be like the 5 minutes before that happened. That happened right after Lobu got hurt.
Okay.
While they were swimming around looking for the tunnel for 5 minutes, basically. So I wanted to know what you three were doing before that.
Yeah, I think we're. Well, I'm talking to Volan, but I'm also kind of keeping an ear pointed towards the door to make sure they're not gonna like come up and sneak on us.
All right, roll a perception check. All right. At the moment, you don't hear anything.
Okay. Oh, maybe I should go check out the room that you all were in. Well, you guys.
The one with the spell book?
Yeah, you guys kind of cleaned it out, so I probably don't need to go in there. Maybe like. Should keep watching this door.
All right. All right. So you're just watching the door.
Watching the door and thinking about the ethics of locking them in with all the skeletons.
Can I pull out the signal book and just start flipping through it? Like, just start reading it while we're sitting around?
Sure.
Which one, the smut book?
No, not the smut book.
Oh, not in front of the children.
The one with the different ship signal.
All right.
I'm gonna peek over her shoulder, very interested, but not intrusive.
Yeah, you're still seeing a couple, and you're realizing that knowing that bullseye lantern you guys found most likely goes along with the signals. And while that happens, and you guys are studying that, the other three slowly come up to the water and discover a small what's the name of that? A small boat that works about. All right, so basically you've found a cave that
Cove.
see. Let's refer to it as a cave in this book, but yeah, cove is fine. Because there's a roof over it, so I guess cave actually is better. It leads directly out into the sea. The tide is currently out, and you guys have been kind of swimming against it. And there is little water in the cave, but there's an obvious high water mark 3 feet above the floor. Pulled up onto the sloping cave floor is a small boat, perhaps large enough for 8 people with oars, a step-down mast, and a neatly furled sail. A rope tied to the bow is being held down by a boulder that serves as an anchor. Currently, there doesn't appear to be anyone about.
We gotta steal that ship.
Yeah, I was about to say, you guys gotta steal that boat for us.
Alright. Well, first we have to get you down here before we can do that.
Yeah.
So I see we're stealthily just getting to the shore. Did you hear that, Grizz?
Yeah, I heard you stealthily get into the shore. That's why I was sitting there starting to pull out these things.
Okay.
I wonder how hard that would be to repair with magic if we were to scuttle it now, just in case they get past.
We could destroy the boat and he could fix it.
I'm gonna go over here and put a hole in it.
What would you like to use to put a hole in the ship?
What is around?
Sorry.
I can use my axe. I'm gonna use my axe and just.
All right. Make an attack roll.
It's a nice idea having a boat.
Lobu's gonna be lookout while this is going on.
Meanwhile, Dovin,
Does that hit?
Yes, it does, and you succeed in putting a hole in there. It also makes a very loud noise. Dovin, you do not hear the noise, but in reality, but you do hear, you do kind of see this through Callie that this is going on.
Can I look through Callie's eyes? I'm gonna try and look through her eyes.
Yes, you're close enough now that you can look through her eyes. And you see the three of them up on that sandy shore, somewhere nearby.
Oh, they can't escape.
They're in.
Let's go.
We should.
There's water going on. Capestipose and Lobu, please roll perception checks.
Oh God, awful.
That's not terrible.
All right.
Which is the way it goes in, up or to the left?
Goes in over this way.
Yeah, that's all. That's all wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys,
I'm
look at
gonna-
the seashell I found.
Yeah, I tell Roland and Noxie that they're in the cave. We should probably start heading down.
I'm gonna wave at Lobu and just point at the crab and make. A bunch of signs of the crab.
Okay.
We saw that. Let's keep going.
All right.
So
So,
we're
Topaz, before you start getting stealthy again, a shot rings out from behind a couple of barrels right at you.
An arrow?
Topaz, right at Topaz. Before Topaz can get into stealth mode.
Narrow miss.
Phew. It bashes into the wall over here.
Where did it come from?
It came from this direction, the one you're heading in.
Okay.
Wow! Let's go. I'm running.
I'm rushing that
I'm running.
area.
Let's
then.
go.
we
And
And
okay.
and Dovin definitely heard me screaming and my battle cry.
Get turn order up and start revealing areas. Let me read this. The passage
Dang it!
kind of narrows to the north, and at this point forms a small cavern. There are 3 bolts of cloth and 5 small casks in the middle of the floor, resting on a piece of coarse matting. And here you see some rather surprised, but clearly aiming their bows at you, scouts, and hobgoblin, who look like they had been waiting, looking in the other direction, looking towards this direction, until you guys started making noise over here, breaking this boat. At which point they turned around and immediately started waiting for you guys to show up.
Okay, so I was trying to say that we were gonna open the door and start heading down.
Okay?
So how far do you think we got before?
Let me reveal the area in a second. I just need to pull these things into initiative real quick.
Sure.
As soon as I get these initiatives up, I will do that.
This is great. This is fine. Can pass this last. That's fine.
Yeah, this is fine. This isn't deadly at all.
At least I go before the hobgoblin. That's fine.
That's so many initiative rolls.
Yep.
Whoo, Addy.
So, yeah, you open up the door again, and you start seeing various things.
Get your butt down that hallway.
So, yeah, one of these hallways will lead you where you need to go, possibly both of them. You don't know. And this is as far as you can see at the moment, looking around there.
They did hear me yell. They did hear me yell.
So
they
we're
know the general
So you guys,
direction.
I'm waiting for you guys to roll initiative as well. Up, no.
sorry. Yeah,
They were walking down. They
I
were
wasn't sure.
Yeah, so
I wasn't sure how far we
so
got.
if you were going by the time they yelled, it was already too late. They were already in initiative. If you're going by, when they started breaking the boat, that's different.
Yeah, I was trying to get a word in that we were gonna go when they
Okay,
started breaking
so-
the boat.
What about Noxie? Noxie, you're still at the table over there.
I don't have my token, so I don't know.
Your token's right
I
here.
won't.
It's on the table.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you assuming
Well-
you follow them? Or
Up to you. Were you still sitting at the table when they departed, or did you get up and follow them?
Yeah, I guess I would follow them.
All Alright,
Because-
so we'll put you about there when the initiative starts. So that means Dovin, you get first turn.
You heard me screaming, so you know. Would he know the general direction we're in?
Roll perception check. Oops. Oh, actually, Noxie goes first. Hold on. Oh no, Noxie only got 22.
Nice.
Hold on.
Yeah, I only got 22.
Yeah.
But it
still
didn't-
higher than
That's still the
21.
highest.
Yeah.
So yeah, Noxie, you get to go first.
Okay, I'll just.
Dovin rolled a 21 on perception.
That'll come after Noxie's turn.
Okay.
That's my max.
Alright, I'm gonna dash.
Alright.
Could I use my reaction when I see Noxie dashing by to point her in a direction that I think they're in?
I believe reaction only comes after your first turn, if I recall correctly.
Oh, that actually
It's
makes
okay.
sense.
It's okay, I'm not going past Dovin, I'm just trying to catch up. And then I'm going to hide. Behind Dovin.
Okay. So Dovin, what do you do?
But list the bandit right now.
Oh, actually, it was originally you, so we're gonna go with you.
Okie doke. Yeah, so I rolled a 21
Alright,
perception.
Perception. 21. So yeah, you probably heard it coming from this direction.
Okay, cool.
You
So
heard
I'm
it
gonna
mostly
go
through Cali, but then you also heard a soft echo coming from somewhere in that way, going that way.
2, 4, 5.
Oh god.
I'm using my action now. 3. What do I see down these halls?
They're both pretty dark. Are you holding a light source?
I am not.
So, unless you're variant human, which I don't think you were, you can't currently see anything. You're kind of in the dark, stumbling around.
Great. So, I'm gonna roll a d20, 11 and above. I'm gonna go to right, 10 and below. I'm gonna go down. Unless, do I hear anything else?
Roll a new perception check.
Roll good.
Woo!
Yeah, you hear a noise coming from approximately this direction.
Good.
Okay. I'm gonna go. I've already moved 3, so I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and kind of saddle up against the wall. So that's a double dash.
Okay.
Do this.
So Bandit, which is actually holding a torch, swings around and goes, these guys came up the wrong way, and starts shouting something in Goblin. Do you guys, Topaz, Kepask, or Lobu speak Goblin?
Nope.
Alright.
Oh.
Let's see what he got. So he's got a light crossbow, which means he is going to step down here and take a shot at Topaz. For 17.
It hit me.
2 damage.
So a crossbow bolt comes swinging out towards you from a bolt, some behind a couple bolts of cloth from a guy who just set his torch down, and this kind of strikes you a little bit in the shoulder, just mostly the flesh. Doesn't even hit the bone.
Just a
Lulu.
flesh wound.
Yes.
Lobu's
Slow.
kind of like
Fireball.
Lobu's like panting heavily and like kind of freaked out and bleeding, and he's kind of eyes darting back and forth at the walls. And he, as he passes Topaz, he's like, "If I die, bring me back to life." And then he's going to
Oh
he's going to cast sleep right here.
Oh my.
Sleep isn't an area, it's just whoever has the lowest health, and then it continues. So you roll for sleep, and then
Within-
it starts from... Oh, within range. Then.
Yeah.
Got it, that man.
So this guy goes to sleep over here,
Eight.
and that's about it.
Oh hell!
Well, you got one of them.
We know the hobgoblins have low health.
It hits
least
weakest
less-
first, right?
Yeah, it is. It's the lowest amount of health first.
Fortunately, it's not the hobgoblin that goes next. It's like you hear a grunting noise and some shouts in
So-
in
Wait,
Goblin.
just so I understand. He got 19 hit points. It hits the weakest creatures first, and only one of them went to sleep?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, we're dead. If the weakest is 19, or
It's probably a little less than 19.
Yeah.
Like
It
15 or
wouldn't
something.
if two enemies had 10 hit points each, then only one would fall.
It's probably around that range.
I have no idea.
So this hobgoblin comes around, looks over at Lobu, and just kind of raises his longbow and shoots.
are we getting any cover from these barrels or whatever that is down there?
Those are bolts of cloth. They're just laying flat on the ground. Sadly.
That's a miss.
Topaz.
Got this.
I don't suppose there's a way past that scout. Is this guy pretty much blocking this passageway?
Well, there's still ways of getting to this guy. It's basically to these four. The hobgoblin, the two scouts, and the bandit are in melee range. You can get, just go right past the scout and stand right there if you wish.
Yeah,
I can
that's what
control
I'm
the
gonna.
masses.
That's what I'm gonna do. It's a good flank spot. All right. Hobgoblin's got a bow also.
Yep, got a bow and let's see what's the other weapon. Its side is a longsword.
I'm not attacking the hobgoblin.
All right.
They have high Cs, so be careful. They've got the armor.
All right.
All right. That one's a miss.
All right. Bonus action, martial arts. Nope. Oh,
Sadly, no.
Dang it.
If that was an advantage, you'd have something going on there. That hobgoblin's asleep. Volan! Yeah, the hobgoblin
Well-
next to you just kind of grins, by the way, from those misses.
I am going to use my movement to move 30 feet towards where I saw Dove.
Alright.
You have dark vision, so
And-
you can see him.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I can see him, I'll I'll use my action to dash, and I'll move another 30 feet closer to Dovin.
Alright.
And I will end my turn.
Okay. So the scout that's kind of pinchered between the two of you, let's see, pulls out a short sword and goes for the monk. Complete miss. In fact, the scout ends up dropping their weapon at your feet, like, out of intimidation. Probably never having seen, well, actually, you probably have seen a sea elf, considering they live in these things, but not used to running into a sea elf like this. Let's see.
I look down at the sword. I look back at him. I says, I don't think that's how you use it.
Roll intimidation check, actually, on that. It seems very slightly shaken. The next one also takes out a sword and comes rushing around at Lobu.
Naturally.
That's a hit.
How did you end up in front there, Lobu?
I don't know.
I thought
I'm
it would
supposed to be
take
the
out a
tank.
few more of them. It sure didn't.
Scout over here kind of looks at you guys and
Yikes.
says, I'm gonna have to go tell us the Sandville, and starts running down that corridor.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Well, we've got another ambush.
Kapesk.
Woo! Alright. I'm going to... Can I get past Lobu and, go right here next to the scout
Yes,
that
you
just
can.
hurt him? Yes! Boom. I'm gonna swing past him. And it's like, you don't hurt him! Yeah. So I'm gonna Boom. Does that hit?
Oh yeah, that definitely hits. You kind of ram your battle axe right into this guy's side, and he starts screaming in pain as blood rushes down at the side of him.
Yeah, I'm gonna bonus action fight. Does 11 hit?
And sadly, no. You tried
Dang
biting,
it.
but he is grimacing, bleeding back in pain, and just barely misses your teeth. And he looks very.
Can I roll
shaken.
intimidation because
Yes,
I
you
just
may.
bit at him?
Yes, you may. I was about to
Because-
say, how about you roll me an intimidation check to see if he's still able to fight you?
Ah, dang
Now,
it.
sadly, he didn't actually notice you attempted to bite him. He was so in pain from the strike that the bite went completely unnoticed from him.
Alright. Yeah, that's my turn.
So this hobgoblin shot something in goblin and takes out their longsword, pulls it into both hands after dropping the bow on the ground, and goes for Topaz. And completely misses.
Wow.
Nice.
Their longsword gets stuck into a wall as the misses. Apparently, she's very light on her feet and managed to deftly avoid the strike, letting the blade go right into the wall.
I turn. Look at him. I don't think that's how you use that either.
It's unclear
You're
if he
terrible at
understands
this.
you. Noxie.
Yes, I'm going to move my movement, and then I'm going to dash.
Alright.
How far would I get?
Yes. Bonus action dash. Run down here and save us.
That's exactly what I was thinking about doing.
Dasha.
Dovin, what would you like to do?
She doesn't. Oh, that's a dead end. They see that's a dead end. That's cool. Alright, cool.
I think I'd get around
So yeah,
here.
Noxie can see the scout that's just heading towards this area over here.
Am I still in stealth? I think I am, but I don't know.
I'll allow it. The scout doesn't seem to notice you.
All right, well that's my whole turn.
Dovin.
Okay, so I'm going to sort of climb around the walls. How far ahead can I see?
Not very, again, because you're human, but
Right.
you're hearing movements in the cavern ahead of you. And there's like a vague, blurry shape, and I imagine Noxie would be pointing, wouldn't she?
Yeah, I'd be pointing.
Like maybe
I'd like
be tapping you and gesturing or something like that you might be able to say.
I'll be like squinting, and then I'm
sorry,
gonna.
Sorry for talking over you, Noxie. I was just kind of. Is she doing that, or is she? Sorry, my bad.
This one. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it. Now that it's gotten completely dark and I'm totally fucking helpless, I'm gonna pull out a torch and light it with my action.
All right.
There's somebody very bad up here, and they're gonna run for that.
Right. That seems to startle the scout, who wasn't expecting more light. The scout turns and looks at you.
And I'm gonna be startled there when they suddenly show up there. We just kind of both do a deer in the headlights at each other.
Bandit, oops, it's a hobgoblin.
No, sorry, I'm just picturing Dovin waving. Hey!
Bandit kind of holds up, scoops up his torch and swings out with a scimitar towards Topaz.
Why is everybody trying to hit me? What a bad karma.
You're in the thick of it, man.
Yeah, that hits me.
Only 2 damage. You're good.
If it was Lobo, you wouldn't be good, but
Ooh, what do you wish to do?
Run away. Ah, shoot. No, you can't. Never mind.
You
Yeah, that would
can.
be bad.
You can use your action to disengage and just run.
That is true.
Got any other big
Yeah.
spells?
Nothing. Nothing that's gonna help right now.
Yeah, disengage and get
except
out
for-
there. We got this.
Can you
We'll hold
buff
them back
us?
and you can heal yourself. I want you going down again.
I think. Do I think that? Does Lobu think he could grab the dropped sword by the scout?
That's a good question.
To keep it away from him?
roll. Let's see, a intelligence check.
Ooh, uh-oh.
Sure,
Yes,
that sounds
he
like
could-
a great idea.
Oh no. Callie's gonna snip twice in encouragement.
Well, first things first, he's going to heal. And then move to grab that sword. He shouldn't provoke an opportunity attack from the scout because the one.
Yeah,
with
if
the
you're
weapon-
there, you're good.
Yeah, and
He-
that's your action. To grab that sword.
Yeah, I was gonna say he dropped the weapon. He would have made the opportunity attack with.
Mm-hmm. So you just kind of dance over and do that, and you regain 5 hit points as well while you're doing that.
And then he's going to try and jack that sword.
All right, I think that's
You did.
a perfectly fine thing.
Oh,
He just picked
yeah.
up a let's see, what's the sword? A short sword, just a basic short
Nice.
sword.
And that's it.
All right, hobgoblin turn. Yeah, so this hobgoblin kind of drops his bow, and takes his his longsword in both hands and comes running at Kapesk. Slashing around.
Both misses. Ching! Shield.
Topaz.
I'm gonna go for this scout that dropped his sword. He's standing there,
All right.
perfect target.
Oh, nice. He says he's
Nice.
looking surprised at being, having his sword taken by the other sea elf. You come around to stab him right in the side. Ugh.
And if he's still up, I'm going to aim a kick at his knee.
He is still up. Ooh.
Oof.
Nice. The knee just goes the other way.
Let's see. Constitution saving throw. Actually, yes, the knee does go the other way. And
Oh.
The
Oh.
guy screams out in pain as he drops to the ground. Oops, no, it's my tied up thing. Where's my prone? There we go.
And I can't really go anywhere, so I stay where I am.
Hobgoblin is still asleep. Volin.
I am going to use my 30 feet of movement to round that corner.
You see a surprised scout.
I'll let out a little chuckle and I'll grab a javelin. I'll say, "Hey, asshole," and I'll chuck my javelin.
Yes!
Yes.
Ugh. The javelin hits the scout right in one of the shoulders and drops to the ground, blood welling out of the wound.
And if I can, I'd like to use my bonus to grab my great axe off my back.
All right, done. You're now wielding your great axe.
That's my turn.
So the one scout is just hobbling around, is kind of like laying there in pain and horror, kind of yelling, "Please stop! No, no!" Just kind of begging for mercy there on the ground. The other scout kind of shakes their head at the first scout and goes for an attack on Lobu. I think that misses.
Ah, you missed me, sucker.
Well, the third scout holds up their longbow and takes 2 shots at Volin.
Oh.
15 will hit.
All right. So you get 1 arrow to the shoulder, almost mimicking the wound that you just inflicted on the scout.
Big mad.
Kapesk.
Okay, I'm going to bonus action bite at the guy I currently have my axe in.
Okay.
Oh.
You kind of like take your mouth and just go, ow, chomp, and just kind of sever the jugular vein of this guy, and blood goes splattering everywhere as the body drops to the ground.
And I'm gonna look at the hobgoblin with like blood still dripping from my teeth, and I'm going to strike him with my battle axe. That hit?
Yes, it does. Roll an intimidation check.
Dang it! I
That
keep
was a
rolling
single
terrible.
roll.
The hobgoblin
Yeah,
doesn't seem to be scared of your bloody display.
Oh yeah, well, he's going to be scared of. I'm gonna just dig my axe like deep into his chest.
He's grimacing, but he does not seem to be frightened of you.
I don't care. I have my axe in him. That's his fault.
So this guy will use. Let's see. He's currently got his blade stuck in the wall. He lets go of that, and he will do just a unarmed strike on the against Topaz, which is a strength check. That hits. And does 2 damage.
Is it like non-lethal? Is it even real?
Yeah, it just did 2 damage to you. Noxie.
Alright, from behind Dovin and Volan, I'm going to shoot a crossbow bolt at the scout.
Alright. Okay, yeah. Basically, you, the hidden little goblin, just kind of aims carefully and lets loose a single bolt, which hits the scout, who was just about to turn, right in the eye, and drops them immediately.
The last thing she saw was like a small glint from behind 2 other people.
Yep. A glint from the darkness. Would you like to move anywhere, Noxie?
Yes, I would like to use my movement to round this corner.
And as you do, you spot a hobgoblin and a bandit with your dark vision, kind of hunkered down, trying to keep this passageway clear. They don't appear to be interested in joining in the fight, even though they can hear it. But they do seem to be aimed to defend whatever's going on in the cave here.
Okay.
So, in there.
Do I still hear the battle from here?
Yes, you do.
Okay, I'd like to.
We're not being quiet about it. Kvesk isn't at least.
Alright, I'm gonna bonus action dash down here so I can just kind of get
And
next to the sleeping boy.
Yeah. Dovin.
And- Yeah, that's my turn.
Yeah.
So do I see the 2 people that
Yeah.
Noxie just saw?
Yeah, you see them. You kind of see them flickering in your firelight.
And I'm gonna look at Bolin, kind of like, should we go that way?
Can I respond, or can I only do that on my turn?
You can respond on your turn. Dovin, would you like to hold movement based on Volan's response? I'll allow that in this instance.
I'm going
Because
to.
normally I don't hold movement, but since this is a specific, questioning somebody, that sort of thing, I will allow it this time.
Yeah, I'll hold. Yeah, I'll hold the rest of my movement. Until Volin
Okay.
acts, basically.
Alright, so this bandit, not noticing that there's people coming up up and around the corner, goes and strikes their scimitar out at Topaz. Another 2 points of damage against Topaz.
I think
Topaz-
every attack against her has been 2 damage.
I think so, yeah. It's like she's getting, death by 1,000 cuts here. There's a bunch of tiny little cuts. Lubu!
Question. We were talking about this earlier, and we did not restore any spell slots when we leveled and did a short rest, right?
You did. Because you leveled.
You did?
Yeah.
All right. I've got one left, and I'm going to cast it on Topaz.
Okay.
And it will be Herald.
Here, that's good.
And then...
How many temporary hit points?
So it'll be 4 per round. And then
Start of each of his turns. Okay.
Lobu's gonna risk the opportunity attack from the scout and back out.
He doesn't have any weapons.
Yeah, the scout.
I killed the
scout,
one. I killed.
scout
Yeah, I
is
killed the one that
currently
had
on the
them.
ground, terrified, pretty much surrendering to you guys because his knees currently
Yeah,
backwards.
I killed the one that had the weapon, so you're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. This guy currently is not a threat.
Yep,
Yeah.
and then that's Lobu's turn.
Hobgoblin comes over here to avoid. Well, actually, probably doesn't need to care about the flanking in there, and goes after Kapesk, kind of swinging his blade around both hands.
Ching!
Misses. Topaz.
All right. So you said that Scout's no threat. Scout down
Scout's
here.
no threat. He's basically surrendering at the moment.
Um,
Laying on the ground, knee backwards.
is that bandit wearing lighter armor than the hobgoblin?
Let's see here. Bandit, I believe so. Yes, he definitely looks like he's
Good.
wearing leather armor.
No, he gets my full attention. Can't move anywhere. No.
Alright.
Nice.
You jab your spear at him. Oof! Right into the belly.
Is that the first hit he's taken?
Yes, that is the first hit he's taken.
All right, then I'm going to spend a key point and flurry of blows on him.
Alright.
Fancy.
Good stuff.
Monk.
Ugh. And that's enough. You basically, you stab him with the spear, you let go and just start punching at his face, and he collapses to the ground, his skull broken in several places. Blood leaking out of his eyes and nose.
Yeah.
Like
Excellent. I got one left. One attack left. That will go toward the hobgoblin then.
And that
Miss
one
him.
misses.
He is ninja hobgoblin.
Yes.
Or you just can't get through his armor.
And the other hobgoblin is still fast asleep, thanks to Lubu. Volan.
I'm going to respond to Dovin, and I'll yell out, head towards the group. Just keep your eye to the back. We'll come back for them later. And then I will use my movement to round the corner.
Okay. So Dovin, you may also move.
Yeah, I'm gonna give her a sharp nod and follow.
And you see a sleeping hobgoblin on the ground.
Hello.
So,
Sweet dreams, friend.
so the scout is still crying out that they surrender. Kapesk, what do you do?
Okay. I'm going to. I'm gonna battle axe this dude.
All right.
Am I good?
Oh yeah. You bring your battle axe around, and now this hobgoblin is missing a head. Well, the head's kind of bouncing away and landing in the pile of cloth and bolts of cloth laying around.
Victory roar, and then I'm going to. I see the scout quivering in fear on the ground, right?
Yeah, that scout can't even stand right now. His knees backwards.
Yeah, okay, I don't see him as a threat. I'm gonna come over here and attempt.
You ought to move up and flank him, dude.
Nope. Okay. But it's still a 10, so.
Yeah. And you sort of see the sleeping hobgoblin. You think you see Volan out of the corner of your eye. You don't see Noxie. She's sneaky.
You guys just see Capest like smiling and waving at you guys, and you just have blood dripping down his teeth and down his chin.
So So the hobgoblin finally yanks his blade free, turns around and goes after Kapesk.
Okay.
And misses.
Nope.
Noxie!
How does this hobgoblin look?
Both the hobgoblins are perfectly healthy.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna come out from the corner here and shoot my crossbow.
Alright.
And I'm also going to use my racial ability, Fury of
You're
the Small.
Fury of the small.
Which misses, unfortunately. But Kapesk,
No.
you see out of the corner of your eye a crossbow bolt just kind of zinging past this hobgoblin and landing into the bolts right near the scout, who then shrieks in fear.
I wave at Noxie.
That is... I'm gonna bonus action hide back.
Oh, and there she goes.
Dovin!
Oh, she waves before she hides.
It is possible to walk over this this prone hobgoblin. He's asleep on the ground.
Okay, yeah, so I'll go ahead and keeping an eye behind us. I'm going to go 1, 2, and see that there's not very many other people.
Yep.
I'm going to call on the hobgoblin to yield. And
How do you call for them to yield?
so you're outnumbered.
In common speech or something else?
I believe I only speak common. Yeah, I don't speak anything. I say it in common.
Yeah, it's unclear if he understands you.
Okay, then I'm gonna give him a good old frostbite. So you need to make a concentration save.
Alright.
Constitution, not con.
Comes down to the same thing.
Yikes.
'Cause you need to roll Constitution for concentration, after all.
Sure. So yeah, he succeeds, so nothing happens. And then I'm actually gonna move back to keep an eye behind us.
Alright. Lubu.
Lobu is going to, from where he's standing, just kind of like awkwardly clutching the stolen sword, say to the hobgoblin, "Buddy, you don't know when to quit. I hope your sword is as damaged as your face." And use vicious
Vicious
mockery.
mockery. Doesn't matter if the hobgoblin can't understand you. It still can hurt.
And it'll be 12 DC.
Okay. Yeah, he fails that, so
Nice.
roll your 1d4.
He doesn't understand you, but he feels like he's been insulted.
Yes, yes indeed.
Big 1 damage.
Now, the hobgoblin looks over towards you, Lubu, and you can see that he's angry with you.
Lobu kind of like ducks behind the sword and part of the wall.
Alright. Topaz.
Right. Taking full advantage of this flank.
Wow.
And as the hobgoblin turns around to glare at Lubu, suddenly your spear goes right through his chest. He gasps and drops his blade again, this time not able to ever pick it up, as his eyes just turn milky and kind of collapses into your spear.
Oh.
Was
So-
fun.
Are we aware of anything more happening up there?
The two
Not
up there
aware.
that are in that cave over there do not seem to be moving. They just seem to be, like, waiting for something.
Okay, so we don't know they're there, and nobody said anything to us.
Yeah, Dovin
No, not
knows.
yet.
But the scout is on the ground, and the other hobgoblin's asleep. So you're effectively out of combat, since the other people over here aren't doing anything. What would you guys like to
I'm gonna
do?
put my hand up for a high five, Topaz.
Real quick, how long does sleep last?
At least
I think
a
it's
minute.
a minute, like everything else.
So yeah, which means the hobgoblin will wake up very shortly.
Can we
And so-
tie him up?
Do you guys have rope?
Yeah.
Then you may get to that. Yes.
He holds up a sign. There's other people further in the cave.
Right, and bring the scout over here. next to his friend.
You tell us there's more. I'm looking up there. I'm starting to head in that direction.
The hobgoblin begins to come around just as his hands are tied up, and starts mumbling something in Goblin. Volan, do you understand Goblin or just Orcish? I forget.
Just Orcish.
So, is Noxie the only person you'll understand?
Yes, I'm the only person in the party that speaks Goblin.
Alright. Alright, so you're basically hearing him look around and say, "You're all gonna pay for this. I'll see to it." You're saying that, muttering an oath in Goblin.
Okay.
Did you really expect anything different?
All right, think about this for a second. High five, which is probably a land dweller thing to do, and then you're also a lizard man with claws and stuff. I have no idea what you were trying to do.
I'm going to. Oh yeah, continue. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, it's just like if you're from a culture that's not used to shaking hands, you stick your hand out, they'll probably sit there and look at it. I don't know what you were. I looked at you holding your hand up for a second, and then I kept moving.
Yeah. No, it's totally fair. Capass wouldn't care.
I think as Lobu passed by that, he was probably like, "Hey, nice hand."
Thanks. Really worked on it, you know?
You were gonna say something, Liam?
Actually.
Is he gone? Noxie!
Oh yeah, sorry.
You keep cutting out. We can't hear you.
Oh yeah, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, what was the question? Sorry.
You were gonna say something?
Oh yeah, I was gonna go over to the hobgoblin.
Did you hear me when I came up next to you and I kind of crouched down and said how many, pointing up in the other direction?
I did not hear that. Yeah, I don't know why everything cut out for a sec. Yeah, Noxie would hold up the 2 fingers.
Hold on a sec, Topaz. We should all go together.
Oh, I'm not going up there in the condition I'm in by myself. I was looking back towards Volan and.
Yeah, I'm still looking for a fight.
Yes.
I effectively hit one person once.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the hobgoblin. Kind of squeeze in somewhere.
That's just gonna move up and he's gonna start looking.
I do want to go before this spell runs out. So I figure I've got about 7 more rounds of the heroism.
I do want to write a sign in Goblin. Do you want me to GM whisper you that? GM?
Yes, and you've got 30 more seconds on that heroism spell. If it's only 1 minute.
All right.
I'm pointing to Volan and Topaz and going.
Yeah. Yep.
Wait.
I'm not waiting.
All right.
Mine are going, man. I'm gonna walk up to him and I'm just gonna strike him. Can I get surprise?
Guys,
Sweet.
turn order. They were waiting for you.
Okay.
Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry.
They have a wizard. Dovin shouts, "They have a wizard."
That's better! Woo! It's better than my 6.
Alright. So yeah,
He
they're
looks
clearly
important.
weapons, and the one guy in the back, as soon as you guys are visible and the light starts flashing in, starts shouting something in Goblin, which Noxie sort of hears echoing, says, "You there, make sure to attack." Sorry, he just says, points at Kapask and yells and shouts attack towards the hobgoblin, in Goblin there, and and says protect me to the other 2, as he appears to be ducking back behind some barrels, at least on his turn. But
He's a coward too, an important coward. Let's do this. Those are my specialty. Let's go.
And I would judge you have about 4 rounds left on that heroism, by the way.
Are you gonna turn over?
We just had. What happened to them all? We started moving like as soon as they said there was somebody there.
What?
And I figured I had 7 rounds at that point. How am I now down to 4?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry, it's all the talking. I thought it was okay. So you're done. You're up to 6 rounds then.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Because I said I was like saying 30 seconds at one point, and then.
Yeah, you said 30 seconds, and now you're saying there's 4 rounds. Like, wait, hold on, wait. We're trying to run around the corner. You told us to stop.
Sorry,
I mean-
my bad. I was misjudged. I'm bad with judging time, which is why sometimes those things are there. Because I was thinking about the amount of time that Noxie was listening to that hobgoblin. But yeah.
I mean, 4 rounds is 24 seconds. That's almost 30 seconds. It's not off.
Anyway, I'll go with the 7. I guess it doesn't matter. I should probably have these guys done in like 2 rounds. Kapesk!
Yes.
Tough.
Okay. They told the hobgoblin. I wouldn't know. Never mind. Now I'm just gonna attack. He looks like the bigger dude. Battle axe. Yes.
Immediately make connecting to this guy's side. Ugh.
He just sees me running up the hall and just jump on him with a dig the axe
Yep.
and
And he was getting ready.
bonus
with
action. Does the
He manages-
13 hit?
Nope, he manages to dodge out
Okay.
to back away from that, holding up his longsword, getting ready to strike. Lobu!
I'm gonna like, yeah.
And he just kind
Lobu,
of
like-
grimace back at you.
Lobu dodges and weaves between Dovin and Topaz and sneaks up behind Volan and is like, "Hey, Volan, you're gonna kick some ass. I'm glad we're back in the same total group." And as a bonus action, uses Bardic Inspiration and gives that to her. And then
Nice.
he leans out from behind her and yells at the hobgoblin. "Hey, my friend Volan's gonna wreck your day. You've got a bad-looking face, and shut up."
Nice.
Good
Bad
one.
looking face.
Ooh. Oh, that really annoyed him.
Is Vicious Mockery a bonus action or an action?
And action,
Oh, Bardic Inspiration.
But
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, I don't play bards.
yeah, I play Bard, but she ends up using her after level 3. She uses her she saves her Bardic Inspiration for her skills, and ends up using spells instead of Vicious Mockery.
Oh no! I didn't roll initiative.
Oh, whoops.
I thought I clicked it.
Go ahead.
No, that's alright.
No, go for it.
Oh wait, I
Okay,
didn't click
yeah,
my
it's
token.
not your turn.
Yeah, it's not my turn, but it's a 14.
Yeah, so this guy, again, he just kind of, let's see what he can do. He's like, this is not good. He points over at Kapesk and says, "Magic Missile!"
Ooh.
Nice. Ooh.
Yikes.
And,
Oh wow, I'm alive.
yeah.
Those all auto hit,
And he
right?
yes, they do. And he goes and runs back behind those casks where he can't be seen.
That's.
It's actually
I'm alive. I have 1 HP, guys.
No.
Oh, this bandit's gonna hit me and I'm dead. So it's the end of me.
Noxie.
Alright, I'm gonna put away my sign that I was gonna show the hobgoblin, and I'm gonna use my movement to get up here.
And you see Kapesk getting hit by several bolts of arcane energy. He did
That's
not
not
look
fair.
good.
Alright, I'm gonna peek around here and shoot a crossbow bolt at this bandit.
Alright.
Do I
Boom.
have advantage?
One shot.
No, you did not, because he can see you. You would have
Alright.
advantage. Sorry, yeah.
If I was stealth, yeah.
Well, you would have sneak attack on the hobgoblin because he's in melee with the Kapesk, but you don't have anything on this bandit here.
Fair enough, then I'll shoot at the hobgoblin then.
All
Get my
right.
sneak attack off.
And unfortunately,
Does-
that does not hit. The bolt just
Dang
goes.
it.
The bolt just whizzes right past Kapesk and kind of lodges itself into one of these bolts of cloth over here.
Okay, bonus action, hide behind here.
In fact, as I was thinking of it, I should describe that room for you. Because I realized I forgot to do that. This cavern, like the passage leading to it, is well lit by torch. Oh, it's actually well lit. Sorry, I forgot about that. I was just thinking they were in the dark. Held in simple iron brackets around the walls, you can see 5 small bolts of cloth stacked against the wall to your left, and to your right, 8 small casks in a neat row, one of which the guy is hiding behind. So yeah, there's actually torches lighting up this place, so it's easy to see. The bandit, looking at Kefesk's damage over here, comes up and grins evilly. So, you should
18 AC. 18 AC.
You should have stayed back. We would have let you live. And swings out at you.
Yes!
Missing.
Ching! I'm not gonna let you live.
The scout, on the other hand, kind of laughs and holds up her longbow. Oh yeah, but now you have me.
18 AC. Yes! I blocked that one too, and you have me. Come on.
Volan, you're seeing your friend your buddy Kapesk over here getting many attacks launched at him, and somehow managing to stay standing up, but he still doesn't look that good at all. He looks like a stiff breeze will take him over. One wrong hit and he's down. What do you do?
Well, I'll let out a giggle, run 10 feet, and I'll tell the bandit, you should have ran when we gave you a chance. We might have let you live, and then I'll use my bonus action to rage, and
yes.
make a reckless...
Do it.
Love that reckless attack.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Bring the blade around. Ugh. You got it lodged right in this guy's clavicle. You don't quite decapitate him. He's still alive, but his blood is pouring down into his clothes, and he looks very surprised.
And I will move, if I can, 5 feet diagonal to the bandit, just kind of like shuffle around.
All right. So he kind of grabs hold of his neck and just puts pressure on there, and he's now watching you carefully. It looks like, regardless of what else happens, if he's still alive, he's gonna attack you next.
Yep.
All
Topaz.
right.
I'd appreciate if you killed the hobgoblin.
Well, what I'm thinking about doing, what I want to try, I'm going to run up here. I'll probably end up provoking from that guy, but that's fine. If he's even paying attention, I'm going to tell Kapesk duck. And as I get to about here, I'm trying to use him as a jumping platform, and basically
I'm gonna use my shield and allow me to give him the platform.
flip over him and try to land on the other side of this hobgoblin. So I'm sure I need to make some rolls.
Yes, you do.
I give him an advantage because I'm helping him with my shield.
Yeah, the bandit doesn't even notice as you're doing this, so he doesn't. You don't provoke because of it. I would say you can use your athletics score to see what happens with advantage against Topaz's jump. Acrobatic. Okay.
It's the same bonus for either of them.
Yeah. So yeah, Topaz just kind of runs. You duck slightly and help boost Topaz up and over. The hobgoblin is quite surprised by this, and the scout even whispers, "Oh, whoa."
Am I able to still land a strike?
Yes, you may land a strike. Just for the
All right.
epicness that it can cause. But one strike. You basically, go ahead. Yeah, you kind of flip around and you bring the spear down. Just kind of, as the hobgoblin's tracking your movements, you manage to impale him right through the mouth and down the body.
Oh, did that?
Yes!
Yeah. This hobgoblin little statue thing there. And the scout's like,
Yeah. Turn around, look at that scout. Next.
Yes!
Dovin.
Okay, I'm going to look at Lobu and kind of give him a nice hearty smile and say, "Good job, Lobu." I'm going to give him a Balm of the Summer Court.
Oh, nice.
And, well, I rolled a 1, but you take 2 points of healing.
Still
I'm gonna
feels real
move.
good, man.
move here and cast Healing Word on. I'm not cast Cure Wounds on Kapesk.
I was about to say, if Healing Word, you can do that from anywhere.
Cure Wounds on Kapesk.
Oh, that feels so good.
Nice.
And I'm going to sort of shout into the room. This doesn't have to end with you dead. Surrender.
Roll a persuasion.
Yeah.
Ooh. And the scout throws down her bow, and you hear the guy behind the husks muttering, "Shit, shit, shit, shit!" And he kind of like shoots up his hands. But the bandit doesn't seem to have gotten the message. He just seems to still be aggravated and looking like he's about to hit Volan.
My turn?
Kapesk's turn. What would you like to do?
I'm not even looking at him. I like side eye and see that he's still about to attack Roll, and I'm like, nope, bam!
Yeah.
It doesn't hit.
Yes, it does. It hits. The bandits
sweet.
have almost no AC. So you basically, as this guy clearly isn't surrendering, and the scout is, and the guy behind the casks is, you just kind of step up behind him and finish the job that Volan started, decapitating the bandit.
I'm just gonna keep walking. Right past. I'm going towards the important coward.
Yeah.
Hang on, Kapesk. Let him surrender. Come on out.
So yeah, this guy. Oops. Damn it. Stupid barrels in the way. Haha. Stupid barrels. I had to put them on this map. Anyway. So this guy kind of steps out. He kind of raises his hands. And you see a tall man with a shaved head and piercing green eyes. He's kind of biting at his lip. And just kind of holds his hands up high. It's like, all right, who are you? You don't appear to be the local guards. You don't appear to be soldiers. What the?
Silence.
Who are you?
Silence.
Do not ask the questions here. We do. Silk rope. Start tying him up.
I'm just gonna place my axe on his chest. Keep him from moving.
We're just simply good citizens. And you... Honestly, your real crime was promising a ghost story.
You hear Lobu from like behind the wall where he's watching the other prisoners shout, "Yeah!"
Taking a piece of this guy's own turban and ripping it off and shoving it in his mouth and tying it really tight in the back of his neck. Mage, he can answer questions when we have him somewhere else.
The scout over.
Maybe we should chop up his hands. He won't be able to cast magic if we do that.
Now, don't be cruel. We've done enough damage.
Not to him.
He'll be suffering plenty of damage.
So the scout over by the barrels, who dropped her bow, is just kind of nodding rapidly at all this. Yeah, he's a spellcaster, right? Yeah, I bet if you cut off his hands, he'll not be able to cast magic. And she just kind of looks.
I bet if I cut your hands, you won't be able to use your bow. Shut up.
She seems talkative. We should let her talk.
Okay.
What are you smuggling?
Well, at the moment, just brandy. There's plenty of brandy here. Oh, in class, I almost forgot about the class. She's looking over at the bolts. Really, it's silk. The kingdom's been putting a high tariff on these things lately.
Where are you getting them from?
Well, mostly to the south. I mean, I assume that's where they're coming in from. I mean, we kind of bring them in. They come in on the ship, and then we kind of like store them here.
Names.
My name?
That's a start.
I'm Adriel.
Your name, his name, the names of the people that you buy from, the names of the people you sell to. and the ships that you go on.
Well, we sell from roll an intimidation check, by the way.
Sure.
We sell to. Well, we don't really exactly sell. We're kind of in the middle. He's Sandbalay, and he's in charge here. He knows more. I mean, there's this guy that he apparently does a business with, but I've never seen him. Some older gentleman, I think. I don't know a name. I swear I don't know a name. I never really saw the guy.
Race. What race?
Human, I think. I don't know. I really never saw him.
Okay.
How did you end up in this? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, is this all of you?
Except for
Are there
the
any-
guy upstairs, if he's still alive.
Oh.
Dead?
He's dead.
Oh, well.
Oh,
It's just me and him over there, I suppose. Because, she doesn't know about the two out in the corridor.
Speaking of which, is the hobgoblin still awake?
The hobgoblin's awake and tied up. Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna show him the sign that I'm gonna whisper it to you, really.
Alright. So yeah, Lobo, you see Noxie holding up a sign towards the hobgoblin. And the hobgoblin just kind of mutters something back at her, looking at that sign.
So, I mean, what do we do with them?
I was
I'm gonna
just
take-
trying to think about that because
There's 5 of them, and there's 6 of us. Who's to say that they won't try to escape if we try to bring them to the guard?
well, we can
I'm gonna
certainly
take the
threaten them.
thing out of. No, that's not a good idea.
I mean,
Easily enough remedied, but it doesn't mean we have to take them to the guard's conscious.
Hey, we could probably put them in that boat.
Put them in their own barrels. Ship
I have
them
an
over
idea.
to the guard.
I'm gonna take one of the pieces of cloth I took from the Ned's clothes. I'm gonna put it around Sandbalay's eyes and tie it so he can't see anything. Then I'm gonna spin him around a little bit so he has no idea any direction he's in. And then I'm gonna take the thing out of his mouth. All right, your turn to talk. Who's the person you work for?
Ugh. Roll an intimidation.
Are you kidding? That's 3 11s in a row.
You think you think you can get me to talk?
I put a claw on his neck. Yes, I do.
now, Capask. Not everything needs to be solved with violence. What'd you say your name was?
I am Sanbalay.
Well,
This is my
Sandalay.
place.
He's human, right?
Yes, he does appear to be human.
I found that dunking humans several times in a row tends to loosen their tongues quite nicely.
I'm gonna start tracing my claw around his throat.
He would drown in brandy as soon as water. I'm sure one of these barrels would work nicely.
We don't need to be violent.
Seems to be working quite well.
Depends on your point of view.
When you
Alright,
draw
Dogo,
breath,
what would you
most
have
of
us
them
do?
do not.
These people did not necessarily deserve death. But
They attacked us. They were gonna kill us. We just did not.
I
Covert.
mean,
The great
I don't know if
Sandblaze
it's.
the great Sandblaze people protected this place from invaders. You are invaders. You can't
Who's
even
saying
see
that?
him, but he's still saying that. He's saying that.
what
To
did
be
you say,
fair,
Sam?
you guys.
Are
Sam,
you
did you-
referring to yourself in the third
Yeah, I
person?
was just gonna say that.
Dude, that's so lame.
Capaz, please. Just put a claw on his neck, I swear to God.
I'm gonna. The claw just starts digging a little bit deeper. Not enough to break skin, but just a threat.
You're not gonna get away with this.
Who's gonna stop me? Your hands are tied, and my claw is in your neck.
Not sure he's talking about stopping you right now. Who is going to exact punishment? If you don't talk to us, we can't help you. I really want to help you. I don't want you to die. I don't want anyone else to die. I really mean that.
Roll persuasion check. And I'll get to you in a minute, Noxie. Let me finish.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't expect you to do 2 conversations at once.
Yeah, I've tried that before. It only works if I'm typing both of them. It doesn't actually work if I'm writing and typing one of them. So, you really don't want to kill Sambalay?
I don't.
Then what will you do?
I'll walk up to him and I'll just. We are just trying to do the right thing here. Well, I looked at Kapesk. I'm trying to do the right thing here.
Hey.
I don't want you to die. I don't want anyone else here to die. But we can't allow this smuggling to continue. It's not right. This isn't the right way to do things. But if you're threatening me and my companions with violence, I can't stand by that. So I need you to help us.
Sambalay is threatening you with violence because you came in here and attacked us. You were supposed
Actually,
Buddy, you're making it very difficult for me not to take my great axe off my back right now. You gotta stop that. You gotta stop that third person.
Look, see, we wouldn't have killed you if you didn't attack us first. You could have easily decided to try and talk, but you didn't. You attacked us, so we murdered you.
You invaded the
Oh, that's it. I look at the girl, point at the ground, say, sit. I'm going over here and pulling the top off that barrel.
I'm sorry,
Dope. Taking him over and shoving his head into it.
It's full of brandy.
Good. I would say, I hope that you have a quality product. And I'm dunking his head and holding him under in the brandy for a little while.
He quickly accidentally inhales some and goes unconscious.
Oh boy.
I take him out.
Well, I guess it wasn't good brandy.
The brandy.
He'll be able to catch us for a while. But I'm gonna look at the scout.
He coughs and sputters a bit, but he's still unconscious. Scout is kind of shivering a little up seeing this.
He'll come around. Now then, where were we?
I'm gonna put him on the ground, and then I'm just gonna step on his chest to get the brandy out of his lungs.
The scout kind of grimaces.
You were giving us names. Keep going. Look over at Dovin. Do you have something to write this down with?
I am taking notes. But I don't believe she knows very much. I don't think there's much sense in interrogating her.
Well then, we have a hungry lizard person. If she's useless to us, she'll be useful to him.
She may not be useless. I mean, these people are smugglers. I mean, surely the town will pay a price for them, for the brandy that they're smuggling in.
Look back at her. Are you useful?
Sure? She kind of grimaces. I can be useful.
At the very least, we should take her to the guards. Her fate should not be death.
Who's your supplier?
She surrendered.
She did surrender. I don't attack surrenders.
And not to make her sit there and literally go through all of it, but I would like to squeeze from her the names of their contacts, the ships they use, where they dock them, that sort of thing. And then also, at some point or another, bring up the Scarlet Brotherhood and see if that rings, or like, if she gets a look in her eye, or if that rings a bell with any of them.
And as you do this, Noxie comes running in.
Are you okay, Noxie?
Noxie's holding up a sign that says, "There is a ghost."
What?
Yes.
Like, Kavess is just gonna sign. We already discovered this. It was a fake. They're
What do
just
you mean?
doing that to keep people away.
What do you mean?
No,
not
she holds
to?
up another sea ghost.
Oh yes.
Volin, Topaz, roll a perception check.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so both of you, because you're kind of looking at Adrazil, notice that at the word sea ghost, the scout's eyes go wide a little bit, and she bites her lip.
Hey, what's that?
Well, she was just asking about things. We don't actually dock the boats here. We use the rower that's down on the shore, and she kind of gestures to where the three of you came in. No, Topaz, Libu, and Kepas came in. We use that to get out to the actual ship, the Sea Ghost, and take the loads from there.
So she's a ship then?
Yeah, the Sea Ghost is a ship.
Okay, so when I asked you if there were more of you and you said no.
Volin, roll a history check.
Sure.
Lobu starts opening every cask and
Alright.
being like, ghost?
All you're seeing inside the cask is brandy.
Noxie's gonna run back to the hobgoblin.
But Scott says, but they don't come to shore, not unless something's gone wrong. So
I think something's gone wrong.
yeah.
How many on the ship?
I don't know. I've never actually been on it.
Can you call the ship from here using the signals?
Yeah, Sambale knows them all. I imagine he wrote something down somewhere.
Well, and you still
are
have
you
that
referring
book?
to this? I'll pull it out.
Yeah, I think so.
Let me see that. I can try and call them. Maybe we can ambush them and take their ship. It's one less pirate out there.
We can't. There are still the 5 of these guys to deal with. These 2 and then the 2 out there and Ned upstairs. What do we want to do with them?
We need to take them back to town. Take them to the guards.
I think we played our part. If they want to go after the smuggler's ship, they have ships of their own. They can do it.
Yeah.
Lobu grabs a bolt of fabric, throws it in the air, and is like, ghost? And is expecting it to just form into a cartoon.
It floats back down and over your head.
We're already on the trail of Scarlet Brotherhood. Get ourselves into another mess here. Be more than we can handle at once.
Sambale, do you work with the Scarlet Brotherhood?
He's still unconscious.
Sambale unconscious?
Yeah, he's unconscious. He drowned in brandy. You managed to get it out of his lungs, but he's still unconscious.
Why did you do that?
We didn't actually. He loads super low on his constitution.
Yes.
Donovan just puts his hand in his head in his hands, just kind of shakes his head.
I'm gonna open my mouth and breathe into his nose, because you know how sometimes bad smells can wake you up? Yeah, my breath is terrible.
Mouth to mouse from a lizard folk. That's just great. That's just what you want to wake up to, man.
That is.
Yeah, his eyes suddenly were opened wide, just like he had smelling salts waved under his nose.
He just sees my teeth.
Let's out a bit of a scream. Ah!
There he is.
Well, good, you're awake. Ready for round 2.
Sambale was not pleased by that display.
Buddy.
Oh my god, shut up! Ash, just dunk him a little bit. It's not like holding him down there, I'm just gonna dunk him and then take him out.
Do I need... Why don't you two... You guys have got some anger issues. Why don't you just leave the room, let Lobu and I talk to him. Volan, you can stay. You seem to be able to control yourself a little bit better,
Okay.
even though you're a barbarian.
Oh, okay, let me know how you feel.
And we'll let you know if we need anyone to rough up the Sambale. We'll give you a call.
Dovin? Yeah, we'll call you. Don't worry about it.
Roll persuasion.
Oh, me? Okay. You just keep threatening with violence, and I don't think it's working. Oof, no.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Dovan decides he's gonna go.
I'm gonna look at Topaz. Do you have any other ideas? I don't think the Randy Duncan is working.
Yes, we take them to the guards. I'm certain if they
Another
put the
good
thumb screws to him, he'll talk eventually. We're being nice about it.
But yeah. But I guess it won't be legal if they do it. But yeah.
Well,
I
if
like
he
that
accidentally dies from us questioning him, that may raise more questions than it's worth. We take the ones that are living back to them. We've done more than I think was asked of us. We came out here to investigate an haunted house and busted a smuggling ring.
That's certainly.
Oxy's holding a sign. It says, "Hobgoblin says we're going to be hunted."
I'm gonna go talk to Hobgoblin.
Logan's like,
Oh,
boo.
yeah.
I'm fairly certain we're already being hunted by the Brotherhood.
I mean, we're wanted no matter what.
At
Let
that
more join
point,
the party then. Fine.
How did the Brotherhood even know who we are? We haven't done anything.
From still under the silk, Lobu kind of looks over at Volan a little bit and is like, "Hey, should we go check out what other stuff they've got hidden around here? I'm sure it's not all booze and fabric."
No, I'm thinking there's more too. Do you want to look around?
Searching bodies, by the way, while they're doing their questioning.
Alright, roll your investigation check for the bodies.
I'm terrible at that. Somebody help me.
Well.
Anyone who's left, I'll go and use the help action.
So, Kapask, while you were you're down there. While you're searching around at the bodies down there, you find several long swords, some longbows, a short bow, a short sword, actually several short swords, and several things of leather armor, and you also find various silks and casks of brandy, but unfortunately those are really expensive. But you find other contraband, which you think might fetch you about 100 gold if you managed to sell it. It would just be under misc contraband. But as for what they were wearing, you do find chainmail and shields on the hobgoblins. So you find about 3 sets, I believe, down here.
Nice.
Are the longswords in better quality than my battle axe?
Longswords are 1d8 plus. Yeah, 1d8.
Yeah, I know there's stats. I'm just saying, are the longswords there? Are they better than my battle axe? Specifically, there.
They look like they're made of fine hobgoblin craftsmanship. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're better than your battle axe.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Is Dovan standing right there? Where he's at? I just want to ask him, can you mend wood?
I cannot. I cannot mend wood.
Can Lobo hear that? Him ask that question?
Roll a perception check. Yes,
Nice.
you hear Kapask's question echoing in the corridor.
That was
Hey,
Topaz.
I got magical healings or magical mending powers.
Oh, sweet. We need you. Can you come over here?
Well, when you're done up there, if we can mend that boat, we have a lot of loot here to take into town to sell. I'm sure it's going to be worth quite a pretty penny.
Heck yeah.
Hey, Lobo.
Yeah, what's up, Volan?
What do you think the odds are Magic Boy has stuff on him?
I'm thinking pretty high.
Samblay's face is just kind of going, and kind of his eyes are just going wide at that.
Oh. Hey, was it your spellbook that we found?
He's looks at you in shock at that point.
Oh. Hey, Lobo, you want to help me out?
Heck
Maybe, yeah.
I'll do the help action, and you still have one of those bardic inspirations too.
This guy's gonna end up just being a mage and a ball gag and nothing else.
Hmm. Roll.
And
oh,
a
you
blindfold.
did.
He has a blindfold on too.
Yeah. Roll a.
God, I hope the guards don't walk in here and see this. It'd be uncomfortable.
Roll an investigation check with advantage.
Sure.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, an 18. So you kind of like start dipping through his pockets, and you find this long, delicate wooden pipe that features a bowl made from some kind of smooth river stone. It looks pretty nice. You also find a masterfully carved set of gaming dice, and as you look around, you spot a suit of mariner's armor on that hobgoblin over there. It looks very nice and pretty. It's got like some intricate wave work on it.
Oh, Fallen, that looks like it would fit you perfectly.
What's that mariner's armor?
It makes you float in water.
Yeah,
Huh. Cool.
it's awesome.
Actually, Lobu would probably be the best person, though. Right?
That's the
He can swim.
It's the hobgoblin that was over here in this chamber.
Yeah.
Hey,
Good bets fit Dovin, actually.
I'm gonna go get those off of him real quick.
Yeah. In the meantime, Sandblatt, did we get all your best stuff?
Yeah, can you just be honest with...
Did you say something? I think the sound might have dropped.
I say, yeah, just be honest with us. I mean, at this point, we're going to find it.
What did you ask you were looking for?
Lobu just asked, did we find all your best stuff?
Is he still gagged? 'Cause you said something about you'd read gagged.
No, I ungagged him a while ago.
Okay. I thought you'd re-gagged him. I'm sorry. So he just kind of says, "It's everything you see around me. Casks of
Well,
brandy, bolts of silk."
I completely believe you.
So, Noxie and I wanted to talk to this hobgoblin.
All right.
I'll get out of your way.
I'll just kind of act as like a translator between the two.
That was good. Yeah, so you say we're going to be hunted. By who?
I will
Okay.
relay that information to Hobgoblin.
The hobgoblin kind of looks up and spits a bit at Dovin, and then looks at Noxie, and basically he says what he said to you earlier, just saying that his brothers on the Sea Ghost are going to hunt you down.
The Scarlet Brotherhood.
I see him spit at Dovin, right?
Yes.
Axe at his neck.
Intimidation.
I don't recommend doing. I don't recommend doing that again, or you won't have a mouth to spit. Intimidation. Are you kidding me? I rolled bad on intimidation.
Threatening them is not the way to go.
The hobgoblin just kind of suddenly tries to butt you with his head. Throws his head back with getting it a bit from the axe, and attempts to butt your chest backwards with it.
Oh, that's it. Put him in an arm lock.
That's equal to D2 plus 2 for 5 damage. You managed to headbutt
I'm gonna
him
bite him back.
backwards. 5 damage.
No, I'm gonna bite him back.
Owen shakes his head.
And when you do,
He's bound.
he's
so
bound.
He's
So
bound.
that's an instant crit too. And you immediately, just his reaction, bite down and sever his most vital veins, instantly killing him. Blood just spurting
I didn't
everywhere.
mean to do that. I did not mean to do that, but there you go.
Could I heal him back from dead, or is he dead?
He's dead. Basically, his throat was ripped out from behind.
Noxie puts hands on her hips and gives Kapesk a look.
Kapesk. The man was bound and unarmed.
To be fair, the man did just do plenty of damage to him. He caused
He just leaves.
5 points of damage.
Yeah.
Well, in sort of a comical sense, I'm just gonna shake my head, sort of stand up from where I was, and then kneel next to the scout and say, "So, I heard that your friends are going to hunt us down and kill us. Who are they?"
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have any more friends. You've killed them all.
Well, your hobgoblin friend was talking about.
The hobgoblins aren't my friends. They're just hired mercenaries.
Noxie runs over. She holds up a sign that says, "Is the sea ghost full of hobgoblins?"
Oh, there's. I think there's some on the crew. I mean, they've got mercenaries and what there.
How often does it come in?
At least once a week.
Do you know when they're due back?
Roll a persuasion check.
If I heal his leg, could I get advantage on it?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and use a summer bomb. Heal him for 3.
All right.
Help out his leg a little bit. Oh, it's supposed to be at advantage.
Yeah. Nice. So he kind of nods and says, "It's about 3 days away from now. They should be back."
Well, that would give us enough time to take these poor folks into town and then come back, potentially deal with them. How did you end up in this line of work? Are you a mercenary?
Well, no, it's just look, we've needed the money. The tariffs from the kingdom are strangling a lot of us out here in our line of work, and well, we turned to smuggling to make ends meet.
And what of your master Sandbalay? Tell us about him.
Well, he's a bit of a douchebag, if you ask me. But he pays good.
Where does he get his money? From your profits?
Well, he has, some kind of contact, I think. Some guy in town, and whoever, the captain of the ship is, and, we kind of don't know one way or another. He kind of keeps us out of that.
Insight. Sure. Sounds good. You're very forthcoming.
What was your line of work? You sold brandy and stuff?
Well, you used to just, kind of work a bit on the docks out this way, and occasionally do a bit of hunting. But with the tariffs and all that, a lot of the ships started not needing as many workers, or at least not of my quality. So, we kind of had to turn to smuggling to make ends meet.
I sympathize, my dear friend, but I'm afraid luck wasn't on your side today. We're going to need to take you into town. So you say you don't know much about your friend Sandbalay?
He's not my friend. He's just the guy that we worked for.
Turn of phrase. My apologies. Okay. Do I get the sense that she's hiding anything else from us? Or he?
Yeah, you think he's told you... that's right. Roll an insight check. He seems to be pretty forthcoming about this. He's, while he's feeling a little better, he still, just saw a hobgoblin get nearly decapitated by a lizard man, so...
All right. Thank you very much. We'll be taking you into town shortly, I think. Let's bring you into the room with your... Do you know Abzil? Is he your friend? She your friend?
Yeah.
Cool.
She basically sold you out, said you were the brains behind most of this. If you got anything more to say, you may as well tell us.
Roll intimidation. Yeah, he doesn't seem to be buying it.
I'm just helping carry stuff down here to the boat.
Yeah, and you're seeing Kapesk is standing by the water.
I look over at Capacity and say, by the way, if I had your mouth, I probably would have done much the same. Don't worry about it. We weren't going to get many answers out of that one anyway.
Hey,
Swallows and takes a deep breath and says, thanks. That means something. He's still looking out.
Let's get
Dovin,
this
wasn't
boat
there
loaded.
another one?
Another one?
Well, you brought the one scout that was out there. There was that hobgoblin.
Oh, Kapesk, there was a bit of a scuffle, and he's on.
Roxy just holds up a sign that says Capes killed him. While Dovin's like stumbling
The
through
scout,
this.
the scout looks at the two, then looks over at Vol and says, "No, the lizard man, the hobgoblin attacked the lizard man. The lizard man was just defending himself. I swear."
Classic Kapask.
Yep. I mean,
Oh,
Kapask.
Alright. Well, Fambalay, you are down to 2 former employees. What would it take for you to tell us what you know about your friends on the Sea Witch?
See ghost. He says deliberately.
Sorry, but old age, sometimes silly names just don't really stick with me.
oh,
Sambalay will not talk to an old man like you.
Oof. Will you talk to her?
He's currently blinded. He can't see you.
do you want me to lift it? This blindfold?
His blindfold, by the way, is completely stained with brandy at this point.
Let him see who he's dealing with.
Yeah, I'll undo the blindfold.
And he kind of narrows his eyes a bit at Fullen. What do you get out of doing this line of work?
The enjoyment of adventure. Also some gold.
Sambalay was not talking to you, old man. I was talking to the lady.
Wow. Alright. Okay.
I mean, was it you that came up with the idea of a ghost haunting this place, of ghost haunting?
Of course. The people of the town are fairly skittish when it comes to ghosts. Sambalay thought it was a great idea.
Well, Sam Belay, I mean, I don't know what you expected. A group of adventurers gathers together and there's a haunted house. I mean, come on now.
Well, when it was clear that there's other people in town because of the festival, well, that's when we had to put poor old Ned up there.
He's still up there.
You said you killed him.
Well, one of us said that he's like naked and tied up, I think.
Very well. Sambalay approves of this. He was
He's not
naked
naked,
and tied up to begin with.
But
he did his best.
I had one quick question. I saw your eyes kind of go wide when we mentioned that spell book. What is this book? I'm just curious. I'll pull out that smut book that he had.
He kind of bites his lip when he sees that, and kind of looks back at her. Sambalay will not discuss such matters with a lady.
Buddy.
Dovin is trying not to blush. and be embarrassed.
Oxy just joins in on menacing Sambale. Just giving menacing looks.
Okay, so Volan's holding out a smut book, and Lobu and Noxy are grimacing at this guy.
Lobu was until a second ago. Now he's like, "Hey, what's that?"
And
just starts grabbing at it.
Well,
Let me look.
this is mine now.
Come on, share, Volan.
Lobu, I really don't think you want to see this.
I think I do.
Fucking.
Oxy's just smirking. She has like the smuggest look on her face when she's looking at Volan.
Volan's green cheeks will go a pinkish green color instead. I mean, it's not that big of a. I mean, yeah, and I'll give it to him.
He just like starts flipping through it, or he flips to the middle of the book and just starts reading it aloud.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know we had a storyteller.
Well, Grace, we're waiting for the story. What is he reading? We expected you to write this entire smut.
Sorry, no. It's just a bunch of lines of erotic, of various erotic poetry that's fully illustrated, of various kinds. So Sambale is himself blushing as he's looking around at the company of the people, and at this point the GM suggests you use your imagination for something.
What is it about?
So
It's
I would rather not know.
It's various lines. Pretty much, you find like each poem is set for a different appetite. So you pretty much got a full spectrum of erotic poetry in there.
Nice.
Lobu. I think we get it.
And they said to the centaur woman, "You
Nope, that's
are
okay.
beautiful."
I'll snatch the book.
Like,
Nope, that's it.
oh, come on.
We
Okay.
could
Noxy's covering her ears.
Right.
we could hand this book to the guards and let them know it was yours. They'll probably have a great big laugh with that.
So you're not gonna keep it.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
no.
Trying to snatch it.
I'm lifting it above my head.
Jumping.
Noxy's gonna climb up Volan and try to snatch it back.
Oh my god. How hard are you gonna fight for this, Volan?
Whoa!
I'll die for this book. Oh no!
You gotta die now.
Now, I did take it, but now I don't know what to do with it now that I've got it.
Lobu waves
Give it
his
back to
hands
Volan.
like, "Toss it to me, pass it to me."
Nox is gonna pass it to.
Intercept.
You're gonna try to intercept. All right, make a roll for that.
What do I even roll? What are we doing?
Dexterity. Dexterity. Roll dexterity.
I think Noxy's probably got you beat considering the roll there.
I mean, I rolled to take it from her. This is a roll to pass it.
Ah, who you passing it to?
I'm passing it to Lobu.
Then Lobu
So-
also needs to roll a sleight of hand. And if Volan's sleight of hand beats that, then Volan gets it. 'Cause you're playing
I'm gonna
Keyboard.
throw a.
Oh! Doesn't
Football
beat
with
that.
smut.
Beautiful.
Football.
So Noxy holds up a sign. So you do want it.
I just think it could be worth something to somebody.
Yeah, you.
Is it worth something to Sambale?
Can you repeat that, please?
Is it worth something to Sambale?
Sambale is kind of watching you with an odd expression on his face. He isn't sure what you're doing, but he is just confused.
Okay. Continue.
Go on fighting over the porn.
Well, I guess I should probably get over to the boat and start mending it.
Noxie just shakes her head, and if she could make noise, you could guess she was making a noise.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Rolloba just left. I guess Noxie was there, but I tell Volan about the sea ghost is coming in 3 days.
Sambalay just
3
kind of
days?
groans overhearing that.
If you help us, Sambalay, we can make it so that the guards go easier on you. Can put in a good word for you.
Sambalay will only help if you let Sambalay go and give him back his book. And he looks at Volan, the spell book.
Right.
I'm really glad I'm not up there listening to this guy refer to himself in the third person anymore. I'd lose my shit by now, and I would just beat his head against the barrel until he died. Is Lobu down here fixing the boat for us?
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm gonna start doing mending.
Alright.
What
Noxie's
kind
gonna
of...
Go ahead.
No. You go ahead.
Noxie holds up a sign that says, maybe we should explore the rest of the cave.
It's a good idea,
Oh.
Noxie.
That's right. There was those other few paths we didn't take.
Did somebody take notes of all the stuff we got off him?
We didn't get much.
So you got some odd pipe that you don't know what it is. You've got a set of well-crafted gaming dice, and you got a set of mariner's armor, along with various long swords, short bow,
That's what I'm talking about. All the armor and the weapons, so we can keep track of that and sell it.
Oh, yeah, I would have told Dovin. I know you're keeping track of the stuff we find. I found this on Sambalay, and then this armor on that hobgoblin over.
Ooh, that's some very nice looking armor. And this pipe. Does this pipe look magical?
Roll an Arcana check.
Nice.
Oh yeah, you look at this, and you think you even recognize it, Devin, from your readings, and
Oh,
you think it's something referred to as a pipe of remembrance.
a pipe of remembrance. Where did you find this?
He just kind of looks at you and says, "You know what this is?"
I've read about this.
Well then you should be able to find one of your own. Give it back.
You did try and kill us.
Like I said, like Sambalay said, this place, we didn't know who was coming, and you could have been anyone, and you attacked us. Sambalay was just defending himself.
Sambalay should have surrendered sooner.
No, he has you all doing it.
So here are the stats on the pipe of remembrance. When the pipe is lit, smoke exhaled from it does not dissipate. Instead, it lingers around the bearer. After about 10 minutes, the smoke forms moving shapes that reenact the bearer's most impressive and heroic achievements for 5 minutes. When this realistic performance is complete, the smoke dissipates. The pipe then can't be used this way until the next dawn.
That's out of game. That's really strange.
Yeah, it's a
I think that's really cool.
It's a strange
It's a good way to get to know someone. If they smoke and you can see their greatest thing, it's a good way to get to know someone.
I wonder what would happen if we had Sambalay. Smoke from it. Anyways. Thanks. Yeah, I'll keep track of this armor and this pipe until a later time when we know what to do with it. I'm gonna give... Go ahead.
Did you want the gaming dice too, or could I keep those?
They're all yours.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give I'm gonna send Callie with Noxie. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Just so while she's exploring, if anything goes wrong,
I'm actually going to be sneaky about me moving around so I don't alert any other possible people or creatures.
All right. So you enter into this cavern. This roughly circular, naturally formed cavern is about 25 feet in diameter and looks very empty. Doesn't look like there's anything else going on in there.
Okay.
Oops. And you enter the next cavern. This uneven, naturally formed cavern is about 25 feet in diameter.
Is it similarly empty to the last one?
No, it appears to have some reddish, some greenish patches of some kind of fungus growing up on the walls. And as you stare at it, one falls off the ceiling towards you. Roll a dexterity saving throw. Oh yeah, you're fine. A bit of acidic slime just kind of crashes into the ground in front of you as you jump out of the way.
Alright, I'm just gonna make my way back then.
yeah.
Alright. So yeah, there's nothing much else of interest. Basically, since you ended up alerting everybody, they all kind of gathered into one pincher area trying to wait for you. Instead of being spread out.
Okay.
That pincer move went a lot better than I thought it would.
Yeah,
Told you.
well,
I told you.
the enemy. It helped that the enemy didn't roll anything above a 13. Like, ever.
Yep.
I mean, they're not complaining. Okay, so I don't have any bread ideas for Sambalay. So
I mean, I honestly just think we capacity. I honestly just think we round them up and take them to the guards. I feel like we can profit from this.
yeah, I'm not in for profit, but I agree that we should take them to the guards. I'm not opposed to a little bit of profit though. But yes, we should take them. So let's let's go see what this boat's like.
At this
Keep
point,
hearing him.
by this point, Lobu has finished repairing it. Yeah, I don't know why the health bars keep vanishing on the various tokens. I've noticed that going on and off. It might be a roll 20 problem at the moment.
Okay, just wondering because I can see other people's,
Yeah, I can too.
or
but
most other people's,
but some people's bars have vanished and then reappeared a little while later. So
it's weird. It's like if I changed my hit points on my sheet, it's being reflected in the numbers on my token, but I can't. I actually don't even see where my hit points are on my token. They're simply not there. I've got bar 1 that has my armor class. The other one is blank. It's as though I don't have.
yeah, I see the 7. It's weird.
I don't have access to control my token, or I mean, I can move it, but I can't. I don't understand what's going on with it. I can't actually change hit points on the token itself. I have to go into my sheet to do it.
I might have to fix up your tokens. I'll try to remember to do that between sessions.
Alright, so we're just gonna load the boat up with loot and the prisoner, and then we're gonna go.
Are you gonna attempt to take any of the smuggled goods?
We should bring at least some as like proof.
All right.
We're probably not entitled to any of that.
It wasn't ours to begin with.
But I think the spoils of the battle would be ours to claim. Their armor and weapons.
Oh, we have all those skeletons.
Yes.
Oh, we do.
Yes.
Sandblade, tell me about those skeletons.
Uh,
That's very concerning. And I'm not going to be very lenient about this.
the bald man just kind of winces and says, "Yeah, Sambale found them here when we first moved in, and we decided to bar the door and never look back. We don't really know what's back there, just that there's at least 6 skeletons held up in a room."
Do I believe him?
Insight check. He seems to be telling the truth.
He said there's 6. I mean, there's 6 of us.
I
Buddy.
confess. Go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, we gotta do this.
I do think we need to take care of it. I confess I've never fought a skeleton, so I don't know how tough they are, but we can't leave them here.
Can we go tell the others, please? Don't
Yes, we should bring our prisoners with us. And well, let's see. We should, I'll sort of move here and I'll sort of call down the corridor, hallway, cave, whatever. I'll call for them. Hey guys, we forgot about the skeletons.
Coming.
Oh, Lobu and I didn't forget. Don't worry, don't.
I don't think they are going anywhere.
Noxie's gonna
Not
poke
after we're
at
through with them.
Cass.
What's up?
He holds up a sign that says, "Want to fight some skeletons?"
Sure. He's going to. This is this. Where does the sand end, by the way, on this shore? Where does it does
Probably
it turn to
about-
stone somewhere?
It's probably about right, mostly sand,
Yeah.
and then to the high water mark over here, more stone.
I'm going to.
I'll go.
Place-
She's pretty beat up.
I'm gonna place my axe into the sand,
Alright.
and then I'm just going to draw the longsword I took earlier and place it in scabbard, and continue walking.
Okay.
All this sort of walking around and talking, this wouldn't count as a short rest, right?
Yeah, you guys have been pretty active wandering around, so yeah, it's not a short rest.
Okay. So I guess. Well, before we go up, I guess we should all talk about it. So, I'm gonna fill everybody else in on the fact that the sea ghost is due in about 3 days, and that we still have the skeletons up there. I know that Bolin and I want to deal with the skeletons sooner rather than later, but it's up to the group.
Personally, I'd love to go and get those skeletons taken care of. And if we do a little short rest here, I think I can help everybody restore a little more health.
Okay. How you feeling, Kapesk?
You notice that he doesn't have his axe anymore. Fine. He's going to continue walking. Did Noxie, Lobu, and Topaz hear him muttering earlier?
I don't think so.
I walked in. I was the last one in the room, but I don't know if I heard it.
Okay.
I'm listening.
Yeah, he wasn't like trying to be secretive about it, but it was kind of quiet. So should they roll to see if they heard that or no?
Sure. If they weren't in the room with you, then there's a chance they didn't hear you.
No, they were all next to me. They were at the boat. Yeah, everyone,
Well,
basically everyone at the boat.
Everybody who was next to you probably would have heard you, since you weren't being secretive about it.
Okay.
What were you muttering about?
I will text you it. You guys can continue.
Okay, so some of us are a bit hurt, and as Lou said, he can help us feel better after a little break. So why don't we take a break here, and then we'll move upstairs and think about how we want to deal with the skeleton.
Now, do you guys need a real world break at this point, or just an in-game break?
Just a game break for me.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm good.
In game for me.
I'm good.
Yeah, if we keep going, we might be able to finish this particular area tonight. So,
Dope.
well, keep going for now.
Yeah, so I guess we're taking a short rest.
Yes. Meanwhile, your prisoners are just kind of lounging about over there, tied up.
Is it an extra 1d6 one time? One of these. Okay. Nice.
Cool. Oh, sweet. What do I got? Ah, that sucks a lot. Okay.
You get to roll a d6.
Oh, we do? Sweet. That's much better.
And if you need to, you can spend. We're level 2 now, so you can spend 2 hit dice.
Nah, I'm good. I'm only one away from max. So we just sit there for an hour, resting?
Yeah. And occasionally get looks from the scouts and the wizard dude, the mage that you have tied up over there. They don't seem very happy about just waiting around.
I'm gonna be just flipping through the spell book. I can't copy anything. I'm not high enough level to copy the spell yet, but I'm just curiously looking at it.
Okay.
Oh, the armor and the weapons. Does everybody have whatever weapons they want?
Yeah, I can't really use any of that.
Can I take a long sword just to have?
Of course.
Yep.
Did you say how many longswords we got?
Let's see. The longswords were on the hobgoblins, so I think you got about 5 of them.
Okay, so I'll say we have 4 longswords now, and Bolin has 1. And this mariner's armor. Lobu, yeah, so I guess Lobu doesn't get much use out of it. Volin doesn't want it. So
I think Dolan gets the most use out of it. Kapesk and Bolin don't wear armor. Noxie, well, it would be either you or Noxie.
It's
Yeah,
heavy,
I was gonna
so
say-
it'd be bad for Noxie.
it's heavy.
I believe so. It would.
The Mariner is
Oh
left
yeah.
there.
Medium.
Well, it was on the Hobgoblin.
It's scale mail,
Oh,
at least.
okay.
So
Yeah, I don't think
yeah,
anybody here
that.
is wearing any armor that I could wear.
Yeah.
I mean, if we don't find use out of it, we could always try to sell it in the market.
Actually, is scale would it count as metal armor?
I believe
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't use it. I can wear medium armor, but it can't have metal because it's druid.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, scale mail is like chains.
Shucks. Oh well, we can sell this for a pretty penny.
It's like these little plates that hang like chains that look like scales. Yeah. So by the way, in that spell book, you see the following spells: dancing light.
We over the during the last session we went over the spells
Okay.
in it.
I just wanted to double check.
Cool. And I didn't write them all down, but the only one that I care about is Magic Mouth.
All
It's
right.
the only ritual spell.
All right then. So now that you've gotten your short rest in, what would you like to do?
Are we heading to the danger room?
Yeah,
If
I
you're
think
all
we
in,
are.
if you're all in agreement, I'll just grab your tokens and drop you off right in front of the door if that's okay with you.
Yeah, I guess we'll bring our new friends up with us.
Oops. There you go. Alright, so you're directly in front of a door marked danger.
Can we hear movement on the other side? Oh,
Roll a perception check.
I'm gonna. Hmm. You guys think it's better to put the people we have in this room right here, so they don't get caught up in the fight?
I kind of want to keep them where we can see them.
Okay.
We don't know. He might have something hidden in that other room.
That's fair. Okay.
We can like put one on each bed.
Tie them to the beds.
Yeah.
Alright.
Go ahead, Gapesk.
Okay.
Well, do we hear movement?
No, you do not actually. It all seems very quiet in there.
I'm going to just slightly push on the door to see if it just opens.
It
Just to
doesn't.
check.
There's a lock bar in the way.
Cool. I'm gonna take it off
Alright,
and
lock
put it
bar's
to the
gone.
side. I'm gonna hold up my shield, like in case anything comes at me immediately, and I'm gonna open it, and slam it open.
So you see a dimly lit room, with light spilling in from behind you from the larger room, and you see that it's a small chamber about 12 feet across, with corners filled with shadows, and everything is dingy and dirty. As the light begins to fall across the room, some of the dingy, dirty little piles that looked like they were just dirt clumps at first start slowly rising up. And you can see little reflections, bits of gold here, bits of metal there, kind of reflecting off these skeletons as they rise up and just start to move slowly.
Gotta preemptively stealth behind.
Okay, roll your stealth check.
I start charging.
Vax, what are you doing?
Natural 20.
Oops. Oh, stupid thing. Reveal area to that.
Do this.
And Lubu, you're first.
Lobu is going to first from where he is, he's going to shout to Kapesk, "Buddy, you're gonna do great, and whatever moop you got going on, whatever your thing is, take it out on these skellos." And then he's gonna give him bardic inspiration with that, and then he's gonna move down and look at this skeleton and say, "Buddy, I don't know if you can hear me or understand this, but get those old bones ready to break, buddy."
Buddy.
I like it. I like it.
And it appears to have no effect on the skeleton. It's not sentient.
Oh.
Not the least bit sentient. Therefore, has no capacity for being mocked.
Oh, no.
As GM, I kind of rule that on two types of undead: skeletons and regular zombies, being that they are little more than automatons and therefore can't actually be a subject of vicious mockery.
Makes sense.
Now, on the plus side, they can't do intelligent actions either. They can only be instructed to do something based, just like any other automaton. Dovin, what would you like to do?
Okay, I would like to take a couple steps forward and then cast Fairy Fire right here.
So it affect those 4 skeletons?
So they need to make dexterity saving throws, DC 14.
1, 2, 3, and 4. So the bottom 2 both. What color is Fairy Fire, by the way?
Light blue.
So these 2 right there just start flashing up with the blue coloring all around them. And interestingly enough, there's an area right around here that also starts flashing with blue color.
Oh, area around there that what?
Right over here along the wall, over here in the corner, you also see blue light start to coalesce.
Oh, okay, interesting. All right, so I'm gonna step back here and let other people do their work.
Skeleton just kind of shambles down here. Actually, it wouldn't go like that. It's more like a shambling noise. Hello, little guy. Oops, sorry. Cat was walking by. Kapesk.
Okay. This guy. Yep. I'm going to move there, so I can give other people other room, and then I'm just gonna try and slash through bone right now. I will not, though. That's not fun.
You have advantage.
You have advantage. But the interesting thing is, when you hit the skeleton, you see bits of metal just kind of falling off its bones. They seem to have absorbed some of the impact. So it didn't take quite as much damage as you would have expected.
A really good roll, though.
Mm-hmm.
And these things aren't living. It should be fine. Bonus action. It's not an 11 hit?
And unfortunately, that misses.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
You don't
Okay.
quite bite into bone like you would expect.
Use the bardic inspiration next time.
And the skeleton immediately turns around and attempts to stab you with its short bow. Ooh. This basically jabs its short bow directly into short sword. Sorry, not bow. Short sword directly into your belly. And blood starts to darken your scales. Another skeleton just kind of shambles forward, also with its sword, holding a short sword. But this one misses you. Topaz!
Alright. Moving in. Doesn't look like there's anywhere else to go. Unless this is a space here.
No, it's not a space, it's the wall.
Okay. I'm sticking with unarmed combat. I'm just going to try to break bone.
Do it.
All right, are you attacking the one in front?
This one right north of me,
Okay.
the one that's
and that's
lit up.
bludgeoning. So let me double check something real quick. Okay, so because the bits of metal that have already fallen off the bones here, you do see like a glint of gold on one of the ribs, but it doesn't impede your fists at all. And like any normal skeleton, it takes double the amount of damage from bludgeoning attacks, and immediately falls apart, leaving only one gold infused rib lying on top of it intact.
All right, then I'm going to spend a key point. Flurry of blows. Second one will be on the next one over.
All right, and that's a miss.
All right, then the next attack will be at that one as well.
Okay.
I can't
Again, a
seem to
miss.
hit it. All right.
Volin.
And I'm gonna move up a little
Okay.
bit and get out of the way.
Volin, what would you like to do?
I wouldn't know that they're vulnerable to bludgeoning damage, right?
Roll an Arcana check. Somewhere in your travels, you might have heard stories about reanimated skeletons, and heard that the best weapon to use against them is something very blunt and hard.
I will hesitantly grab my quarterstaff off my back, and I'll run 15 feet into the room.
All right.
I'll use my... No, I'll reckless attack this one skeleton.
Ooh, nice. You see more bits of metal just kind of go collapsing into the ground from it, absorbing some of the impact.
And would I be able to push past Kapesk
You should
to
be able
get
to, yeah.
over? Okay. And I'll stay there.
Alright. The skeleton aims at you, Volin, with its short bow. An arrow comes whizzing by and embeds itself into the other shoulder that opposite the one that you had hurt earlier.
Symmetry is important.
Yeah. The skeleton over here also is wielding a short bow and aims it at Kapesk. That misses.
Yep.
Noxie.
I'm going to use all my movement to move into this little corner here and shoot this skeleton with a crossbow.
Alright. Unfortunately,
Oh,
that
no.
misses. That would have been a good hit, too.
Alright. And I'm going to bonus action hide behind these people that are much bigger than me.
The skeleton pulls out its short sword and goes for Volin. Ooh.
Oh.
As it does, you see the blue glow just intensify over here, and you hear a bit of a shifting noise from that direction.
Oh.
All of us or just rolling?
Oh, everybody would at that point.
Does dark vision help us see over there?
Yes, it should. And you basically see a side panel kind of opening up, and another door. Wrong way. Another door appears to open in the side there, and you hear this hoarse voice say, "Secrets found and lost, then found again. Your paltry minds cannot fathom." And you see a hunched corpse wearing a pointed hat and dressed in a robe embroidered with mystic symbols, crossing which is now crossing through the hidden door. The wisps of a beard float from its bony jaw, and it raises its fingers, tracing arcane symbols in the air as it speaks. Lobu, what do you do?
Calling back to those people that are still in the other room. Ghost!
Lobu is going to, hearing Ghost, run into the room and then help.
Surrounded by skeletons.
I'm going to use the help action to. Oh, well, now both people have advantage anyway, so I guess I don't need to. And I'm going to attack with my daggers.
Which one?
Oh, the one between myself and Topaz.
Okay, this one here. What type of damage does that do? Is that piercing or slashing?
I think a dagger is slashing.
Yeah, you might want to put
Anyone?
it like underneath the thing, like put that on the thing.
Okay, will do. Just one.
Piercing, actually.
Yeah, that's why I was asking because I couldn't remember offhand. But yeah, so that does 6 damage. And the offhand dagger completely misses. And next up, we have Dovin. And his crab.
Yeah, well, the crab had its own initiative. I looked it up. The crab rolled a 1, so I'm gonna move here. See this spoopy ghost.
Technically, it's another skeleton.
Oh, is it? Oh,
And
okay.
it's a ghost. That is period.
Lobu believes it's a ghost, but you look at it and you see a skeleton.
Is there a way that I could aim a fairy fire in here that would hit all 4 of them?
Isn't fairy fire already concentration?
Yeah, so I would lose it on the skeleton. I'd be casting a new one.
Yeah. So yeah, you can do that. You can recast it and it'd hit those 4.
Okay, yeah, so I'll do that. So DC 14 dexterity.
Okay.
Nice.
3 out of 4.
Cool.
Drops on that one. Bing. Bing. Bing.
And then for my bonus action, I'm going to use the Balm on the Summer Court on Kapesk.
Sweet, thanks.
I'm going to take a couple steps back. Just a step.
Okay. So the skeleton comes next. It pulls out a short sword. Goes down for Topaz.
Damn, I'm just a
Wow.
magnet tonight.
That's low damage, though. That's.
Literally minimum damage.
Wow.
Kind of pokes you in another shoulder. More blood flows. Kapesk.
Okay. I'm gonna just break through this one.
And that works. It pretty much disintegrates in front of you, leaving only behind a golden rib.
I'm going to move forward, and on my way, I'm gonna bite the skeleton to the left of me.
Alright. You jump into the skeleton, and all you can taste is metal. Ugh. It's like this flavor of metal comes into your mouth. Roll a 1d2.
Oh no, that's not good. Oof.
As
I'm
the bits
immune to
of-
few poison.
As the bits of metal break away, you take 1 point of damage as part of your mouth is cut by the shards of metal that are embedded in the skeleton's bones.
Oh, okay. Ah. That's my turn.
Yep. Topaz!
Okay, try to lay waste to this one.
Smack, smack, smack. And bash! That skeleton disintegrates except for a golden rib. So you
Okay,
see 3 golden ribs is kind of laying on the ground now amid piles of dust and broken weaponry.
then at that point I will move and blow past Kapesk. See here. And
Dang it.
I'm going to go ahead and blow my other key point and flurry of blows on him.
Ooh.
And completely missed.
This guy does not look very happy to have taken that much damage in one hit. Volan!
I would like to rage.
Yay!
And I will come down two-handed on the skeleton directly in front of me.
Are you going reckless or just raging?
Would I allowed to say that afterwards, or
No, I was.
Yeah.
I didn't not hear you say that.
no? I said it's not reckless.
Sadly, that just misses the thing.
All right, and that's my turn.
All right, you're currently raging. And the skeleton just goes for Lubu. Takes out its short sword and just tries to stab him. And succeeds. Lubu's become a pincushion tonight as the skeleton just kind of jabs him right in the chest. Blood gushing down his body. Again.
Easy come, easy go.
This other skeleton drops its short sword, drops its short bow, takes up its short sword, and goes up against Topaz with advantage. Doesn't even need advantage; just kind of stabs her right in the back.
Oh my god, another one.
Second crit. Ow.
This thing
I'm
here
coming.
says, "You are quite foolish," and reaches out with its claws, trying to strike her against the face. And actually that succeeds. That's also a thing. That's 5 slashing damage against your face.
I'm down.
Yikes. No!
And Topaz crumples to the ground, her face now bleeding. Noxie, you just saw your companion Topaz fall. What do you do?
I'm going to move up here and fire a crossbow bolt at the alchemist.
All right. Ooh.
I would also like the Fury of the Small with the extra
Alright.
2 damage.
Okay, so that's 10, 12. That's 14 damage altogether. You see bones chip and fly away, part of the beard getting dislodged, but the alchemist is still standing up.
Alright,
He's
and then I'd like to
gazing over at
hide
you.
behind Kapesk.
By the way, Topaz, you are perfectly unconscious and not bleeding out at the moment, so
Okay.
unless one of these things hits you, you're not having to worry about death saving blows. Skeleton will attack Volan. Takes up its short sword and goes for the half orc. And misses. And what would the little crab like to do?
Little crab just gonna skitter along all gleefully. and just sort of stop here. Can't really do much else.
Lobu, you just saw your fellow sea elf drop to the ground.
Lobu's like looks at that and then looks at the two skeletons right in front of him, and he decides to help out Fallen as much as possible at the moment, and uses the help action to give her advantage on the next one.
Nice. Dovin.
So I'm gonna step in. Yeah, so I'm gonna give Topaz a healing word.
Excellent. Go for it, Druid.
Nice.
Topaz, you come back to conscious, laying face down on the ground, blood caked with dirt on your face, as healing power just comes surging through your body.
And then
Looking at skeleton feet. It's not a good place to be.
and I guess I'll use Frostbite on the alchemist.
Alright.
DC 14 Constitution.
Yeah.
Damn. Alright. Oh well. That's it.
Kapesk.
Yeah, no, you don't hurt her. I'm gonna run up. Right there. Shoot, who's... I'm going to use my longsword to hit the big bad because he seems more of a threat. Wait. D6.
You don't need any. You don't need any extra. That was enough to hit. As you bring your blade slashing around to finish this long dead individual off, you hear him shout, "No!" And he turns to dust as your blade passes through decapitating him. It's like you decapitated other more living people today.
Ghost busted.
Hey.
I'm looking over at Topaz.
As
Okay?
the body collapses, you notice that there is a bag and a rib bone. Actually, sorry, just a bag, laying there. A bag and a stone laying there on the ground.
Okay. I'm gonna action surge and attack the skeleton.
Alright, you swing that around, you chip off some of the metal bits that are lining the skeleton's body, and it just seems to take notice of you, if it can take notice of anything at all.
And final.
But that is enough to finish it off. All the metal bits are off of it, so you don't take any damage this time as you bite through bone and tear off the skull. Your teeth have seen a lot of action today.
I'm gonna look over at Topaz. You okay? Is everything alright?
Yeah, she's clambering back to her hands and knees and dry heaving a little bit. Getting up.
She's tough. I believe her. I'm gonna turn around towards the skeleton and just have my shield up, ready.
Alright, Topaz, what do you do?
Alright, use half my move to get up. I still have 20 feet.
Monks.
Do I want to? Yeah, and I'll go ahead and put myself there. Is that flanking that one? Is Kapesk close enough?
Yes.
Okay. And
It's a left kill, so I'll give you guys that.
I'm gonna go ahead and try to smack it. See.
Alright. You see metal bits go flying off this thing as you shake it takes the protections off.
Bonus attack. Nail it again.
And then that second one, you're just gonna bring your fist around and smash right into the skull, turning into dust and a bit of gold dipped rib bone. What are you doing, Vax? Come on, what are you doing? You little cute guy. Volin, what do you do? Seems to be one
I'll
enemy
come down
left.
two-handed with the quarterstaff.
Alright.
Kill the last one. You got it. Yes!
Damn, nice.
You smash into that one, sending metal bits flying everywhere. Let's see, 15, 8. It's protection.
17 enough?
Unfortunately, no. Given that the had metal protection. It validates the invulnerability. Sorry, it invalidates the vulnerability and then halves the damage, but only for the first hit.
Interesting.
Shit, Noxie.
Yeah, normally that would be more than enough to kill it, but in this case, whatever the alchemist had done to it back in the day was enough to keep it going. Noxie, take it away.
I will now finish it. I'm going to shoot it.
Kobolds with crossbows are deadly, man.
I'm
Yep.
a goblin.
Sorry,
Finish it.
goblins with crossbows. Sorry, I don't know why I said kobold. I meant to say goblins with crossbows, because kobolds with crossbows are okay, but goblins with crossbows are mighty.
That is my third crit this session.
Goodness gracious.
And that's an
Flawless
too.
victory.
Not exactly flawless. Topaz fell.
Well, it was flawless for Noxie.
That's true.
And Kapesk.
And Kapesk. Actually, I think Topaz took damage.
When I bit him, but nobody attacked me. Anyone who tried, I blocked.
That's true.
And I killed 3 things.
Excellent.
It's gonna be hard for Noxie to take damage.
Limp up here a little bit and kick the bones of this one back into this room.
Yeah, and you
I'm
went.
gonna pick up the little bag that he dropped.
And you notice that it's not exactly a little bag. It's a very nice bag with a strap on it and some kind of face. It's very interesting looking.
Can I open it?
Sure. It looks like it's empty. But you can't really see the bottom of it.
Hey.
I'm gonna put my hand in it and see just put my hand in it as far as I can put it in.
And your hand just kind of vanishes into empty space, and you feel yourself just kind of leaning into it and kind of almost falling in.
Guys, I found a vacuum.
Do I recognize that for what
Roll
it is?
an Arcana check.
Nope.
You
I just
don't
think this
know
is a
what it
weird
is.
bag.
It is a really weird bag, though.
Cool. I'm just gonna put it
Observing,
on my belt.
I'm going to do the same thing I make it occur.
You're good.
Not advantage, so
Right.
it's just an 8.
Yeah, you don't know. Dovin, though, you recognize it immediately. It's like, oh, they found a bag of holding.
That is so exciting! I'm gonna run over and I'm gonna explain what it is.
Everybody else is like, it's a McDonald's Happy Meal. No.
The face is a little creepy, but this is incredibly useful. I never thought I'd actually see one. Well, I never thought I'd actually own one.
I'm gonna tie it to my belt.
It's gonna drag on the ground if you try doing that.
Oh, never mind. I'm going to put it on my back then. I didn't know how big it was.
It's basically, it looks like it would be like a saddlebag sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
What's
I'll swing
the-
it over my shoulder.
Is it a thing like if you turn it inside out or try to turn it inside out, does everything spill out, or is that?
Yeah, if it has anything in there, everything will spill out.
Should we try
to do that?
B. Yeah, we're getting to round up, so it's like, final checks here would be good.
Anything else in this room?
In this room, 1 second. Alright, so you see a pile of debris everywhere. You see a couple of copper pots lying nearby, and as you look around, you see a bench that runs down the western wall of what seems to be a laboratory. On the bench are jars of powders and liquids and several pieces of chemical apparatus. There's a table against the south wall, forming an L shape with the bench. A book is open on the table. Also on the table is a candlestick with a tiny stump of an unlit candle still in it, and a variety of other items that even in the dim light shine with the warmth of pure gold. One of these objects looks like a human skull.
Alright, looks like a mage's paradise. You brain types, get in here.
Gold. I'm taking the gold.
Oh,
So-
weird stuff. I love weird stuff.
So out in the hall, you found 6 gold ribs, or ribs dipped in gold. The other gold items in here are a human skull, an apple, a rose,
Ooh.
a set of 5 small discs. There's also a table that holds a small stack of gold coins, totaling about 47.
Nice.
And that is it for actual golden items. There's also
Got it.
a book. And if you would like to roll an investigation check, Kapesk already rolled one. MB already rolled one.
By the way, did Dovin tell Capes to turn it inside out to see if anything was in it?
And Noxie, you poke around on the desk and discover a hidden drawer with a spell book.
Oh my.
I'm gonna toss Dovin the spellbook.
Whoa.
And
Okay.
is anybody going to be turning that bag of holding inside out, or
I mentioned that it's a thing. I don't say it definitively, but yeah, let's do it.
I'm doing it.
yeah.
Turning it inside out.
You do it and nothing comes out. It looks like this thing was empty.
Okay,
cool.
good to know.
There's also the book that's on the table is titled Ye Secret of Ye Philosopher's Stone.
Ye as in Y-E.
Yep, Y-E.
That's great. I'm gonna take that.
Do I know what a
Like,
philosopher's
reading
stone
later.
is?
Roll an Arcana check.
Good question.
I do terrible on
Oh,
every.
man.
Wow.
Lobu, from what you understand, at least in the D&D world context, the Philosopher's Stone, especially, the Philosopher's Stone appears to have a lot of different properties to it, but one of the major ones, extension of life, and turning one of the holy grails for alchemists is turning, anything into gold.
Oh.
See ya, Emily.
Oh.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
Fun.
I think this guy's got the Philosopher's Stone. He turned all this weird stuff into gold, right? Like, it must be in here somewhere.
Well, there was that stone that fell to the ground.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna pick it up. What does it look like?
Okay, you find the stone. You find a stone lying on the ground, and let me go get the information on it.
Holy crap.
While they're doing this, I'm going to pick up the gold ribs from the skeletons.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about that
So
too.
you gather all 6. There are 6 altogether.
I guess I'll go ahead while we're in here. I'll just ritual cast Detect Magic.
Okay. So that takes 10 minutes to do, I believe.
Correct.
Alright, so you guys are just poking around, studying things. I need to tell them about the stone that he's found first before the Detect Magic finishes. So I need to actually look that thing up right now. I have a book with all sorts of pictures, and I like to describe things from pictures. It's more fun that way.
Agreed.
Oh, and it's not on this list. Interesting. Unless I accidentally put it in another section. Because I sorted these things by type of object rather than by rarity or by name. So that way I can find all the bags in one spot, all the stones in one spot. For the most part, I have the occasional thing out of place. It's because I hadn't realized at the time what it was. But for the most part, I have everything in the right spot. So it's not in that book, which means it's not in the standard. Alright. So it pretty much looks just like a basic stone. And as just, you hold it and you stare at it, and it seems to just, here we go. It's a thin gray and black river stone from the looks of it, and it's inscribed with some kind of unknown arcane symbol. It feels cold to the touch.
I'm gonna touch it with hold on. I don't know, just one of my pittons. I'm just gonna touch it with the pitton and see if anything happens.
It doesn't appear to do anything.
Then turn it to gold.
Well, it's not attuned, for one thing. And anybody who knows enough about magic knows that in order for it to get something to work, you would need to attune to it.
I'm busy
me-
casting detect magic, so you guys gotta sort that out.
Alright, so
Is 13 enough to know?
it's enough to probably guess that, attunement is needed in order to cast that. In order to use any sort of magical item. Like that.
I want
to
Prior
read
to
that.
attunement. But,
Read that.
as for the magic, yeah, the stone is definitely magic. The bag is magic. The book about the Philosopher's Stone, vaguely magical residue. Same with the golden objects, but it's so faint. It's more like it's been touched by magic instead of actual magic, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And the spell book, of course, has the standard, magical aura as well, because the ink and everything that's used on it.
Sure.
Nothing else except for anything you might already have on you that's already been known to be magical shows up as magic. Like the Mariner's armor.
Are there any
is
magic
so-
weapons around, maybe?
No.
Okay.
All the weapons you picked up are fine. The Mariner's armor is the only other thing that would have any type of magical signature on it.
Okay. The ribs don't show up.
No, no more than in the other gold objects.
Okay.
There's like just a tiny residue that they've been touched by magic, but are not actually magical.
Right. Okay. So I guess we gotta figure out what we're doing with the Philosopher's Stone.
I
that will be for next week. As I unfortunately need to shut down and get ready for bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, just a reminder. I'm not gonna be here next week.
All right.
So
Okay.
you guys can figure out what to do with the Philosopher's Stone. And we'll figure out. You can send me what's in the spell book later.
Okay.
What about are we leveling up because we just finished the mansion?
Not tonight, unfortunately. The level up for this particular module also includes taking on the additional task that has not happened yet. Basically, you level up once you decide whether if you're taking that on or what you're going to do about the ship. I gave you the level 2 early since I felt that you guys had already earned that, and that you would need it to face what was down here.
True.
Cool beans.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching.
Thanks. That was really
Good session.
fun.
Good session.